welcome to the 3D Glasses video tutorial. In this video, we're going to learn how to make our very own 3D glasses that will help us learn about both positive perception and negative perception, and how once we look at things a certain way, it can mask how our whole world looks. So we're going to take a field trip out of here and go over to my dining room. Honestly, I've just been so busy with clients, haven't had time to make these videos, so I've scheduled it to make it when I get home tonight. So we will be in my dining room making the 3D glasses and having a good time doing it. So I'll see you then. Okay, so we're on perception activity number 2, the 3D glasses, on page 223. Like I said in the book, you can easily buy these very inexpensive online. If you're running a group, you can buy them in bulk. You just Google 3D paper 3D glasses, or go to a big bulk store like Amazon or something like that. You can usually get, very large packs of them. So if you did buy them and you skip this activity, that's okay, because this activity basically gets replicated in the next couple pages on the good gazing glasses activity. It's essentially the same activity, but just a little bit more creative outlets. But if you don't want to buy them and you're a baller on a budget like myself, then I'm going to show you how to do this, and it's also great practice for when you do get to the G3 shades here in the next couple pages. So I went ahead and cut mine out. I did trace around mine to make it easier to see, because it's a white 3D glasses on white paper, so it's a little off-white so you could see it, but it could be difficult to cut. So remember to leave the tabs on it on the sides. And I went ahead and see these eyes where the X's are. I went ahead and cut those out. So this is what you're going to end up having, right? Well, now you can go ahead and cut the earpieces out if you want, and go ahead and make it out of this paper if you wanted to. That's why I included the two copies that you would sandwich together, but I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to use one, and I'm going to copy it on cardstock, which is a whole lot thicker. It'll make it more durable, because if you made it out of this book paper, you could do it for the sake of the activity and getting your point across, but it's not going to last very long. So I'm going to go ahead and trace my glasses. Again, I only needed to cut out one pair for tracing. Now I'm holding mine down with my hands. Now I gotta reline it up. If you didn't want to do that and you wanted to tape it down, be mindful of the kind of paper you have. If you use printer paper, and you use Scotch tape, then layers of that paper might come up when you rip the tape off. This craft tape right here is a lot like painter's tape, and it's just the stickiness is different, and it won't. It shouldn't rip up the paper in layers like the Scotch tape tends to do. So it's something to be mindful of. And some tracing. And then when I'm done, I lift the tape up, and then I taped it on a straight line. So that way when I lift it up, I can just connect the straight line without it there. Okay, so that's done. I'm just going to lift this up with my tape. Oh, just ripped my paper. Case in point why this stuff's so fragile and why I'm tracing it on the cardstock. Okay, that. And now we need a second pair. See where I have my tape, where I left the gap, so I'm just going to connect that line. And I just realized I forgot to trace the eye hole. So I'm going to have to undo my tape. I'm going to go back and do that with the first tracing. these out, but I'm not going to make you watch them. Okay. See you in a bit. Okay, we're done. So we have this one right here. This is the one piece of bread. There's the second piece of bread. Okay. All right. So I have my. Okay, I have my blue cellophane. My piece here, and I'm gonna lay that down. I'm going to lay the top corner over it. And as you can see, you can see through it. So I'm just going to trace on the outside of the circle. Because remember, you want some excess. You want to have some excess there because we have to have material to glue it to. So don't trace on the inside of the circle, but come on the outside and trace, you know, like an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch on the outside. Pretty much as close to the edge as you can get. So that's what I'm going to do. Corner it up. So I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. Anyway, I'll cut it out so you can see. Ah. So there's my blue piece. I just used the top corner of the sheet, and I used that line to line up there on the top to get it as snug as possible, and then came out and then hugged the bottom of it with my pen, getting as close to the bottom as possible. And now we're going to put the glue on there. I'm going to start at one side and I'm going to push it over because I want it as flat as possible. I don't want many crinkles on it. But it's a homemade pair of 3D glasses, so can't be so perfect, but we try, right? So this is the inside of the sandwich. All right, so now I'm going to do the same but for the red side. So on the red side, I'm going to use the other corner. Top. Get out of here. Use my pen. All right. There's my piece. See how it's very flat on the top? So I use the top left corner. There's the top left corner. And then all I had to cut was there and there. Use my glue stick. Love glue sticks. There you go. You can still see some of the purple, that's from the glue, but that'll dry clear, but it really doesn't matter because we're still inside of the sandwich. Okay, so now all I want to do is that's the bottom piece of my sandwich. Here's the top piece, and I'm simply going to put it over top of it. Now this side has my pencil markings. I don't want you to see that. I want the viewer to be able to see that. So there we go. I'm going to stack it on there. But before I do that, on this side I'm going to cover that all the white, and on top of the cellophane everywhere I'm going to cover it with a coat of my glue stick. When I said on the cellophane, I meant just around the edges where it's touching paper, not in the center where the eyes look through, of course. That would be crazy. Alright, so there we go. Now I'm really particular, and I can see I have some overhang here where they didn't really line up. After it dries, I can come through with scissors and I can trim out that overhang if I really want it to be like, you know, precise or whatever. I could do that. Alright, so now here are the earpieces, 1 and 2, and these are marked because people are different sizes, right? So you can cut off the ends, or I mean you can make it whatever. This is just a guide, so you can. Here's my cardstock. I can cut it, you know, however long I want. I can put the little turns on it, you know, if I wanted to wrap around my ears, whatever. It's fairly simple. You just measure from the temple, which is like right here. Can I see myself? Yeah, right here. Down to the back side of the ear. Fairly simple. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out as a guide, just so I follow my rules to a T, or my advice. And then I'm simply just going to put it on here, trace it, and cut it out. And so I'll see you in 1 second when I'm done. Okay. I've cut out the 2 pieces from the book, and I traced them onto the cardstock, and now I am simply going to pick which side I want to be the outside of what people see, which is going to be my cleaner side. I think that's cleaner, so I'm going to use that. And if I want the outside, what I want the people to see to be facing me. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be. You can glue it to either side. It's just the way my mind works. So actually, I'm going to flip it over to the bad side. We'll glue it on the bad side. Sorry to be so confusing. Essentially, I'm just get this thing back in view here. I'm just going to put glue on these tabs, on either tab. That's all I'm doing. There you go. You can see where the purple is. That's where the glue went. And then it's going to come in and glue it on there. There you go. Now after it dries, on this line and this line, I'm going to go ahead and bend it back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do it now because I want to sit here. until it dries. I'll go ahead and wrap up the video. But essentially, you want to let this sit and let this dry, and then come back and bend it. If you want to get a straight bend, place your ruler where you want the bend to be, and then bend your paper over the ruler. You get a straight bend that way. Alright, so there you go. There's your homemade 3D glasses. Use one side for positive perception, one side for negative perception, or you can use it to watch your next 3D movie, or look at a 3D book, or something to that effect.